Good morning. Welcome back to Breakfast Television. It is a busy one already on most of our major routes. We have construction and then we have problems as well. Starting off the highway, we have problems in Richmond Hill where we have Yonge closed in both directions from Major Mackenzie to Centre Street. That is all because of a collision. As you can see, we do have lots of emergency vehicles on the scene and crews trying to repair damage done to several light standards in the area. Along with there were also several vehicles struck in this area as well. So no estimated time on when this will reopen. However, we will follow it throughout the morning. Outside of that, we had construction over on the Toronto-bound QEW over the Burlington Skyway. That maintenance is starting to clear up in a little bit, but right now we still have the two right lanes blocked off, and we're looking at delays on the Toronto-bound QEW from about Eastport. Also watching some construction that we had over on the westbound 401 through Keele and the collectors. As you can see, we have a couple of vehicles now using the collector lanes to the top of your screen. However, the damage has pretty much been done. We're looking at heavy delays on the westbound 401, anywhere from the 404 to Avenue in the collectors and approaching Keele in the express. So that is why I said it is very busy already. As you head out the door, give yourself that extra time. You should be all right. Leon's Better Than Brick Friday sale is on this week. Save 15 to 50% on furniture and mattresses, plus find incredible savings on major appliances. Visit leons.ca. That's a look at your drive. Now sending things over to Frankie for a look at the forecast.
Yeah, we're going to start with a look at your current conditions as you walk out the door. Temperatures of 2 here in Toronto, 1 in Hamilton. Niagara Falls, similar conditions. We have 4 towards Friends in Windsor this morning, -4 into Bancroft, -2 towards Ottawa. Winds are fairly light. We're seeing them about 20 kilometers per hour now, just picking up. Southerly flow, keeping us nice and mild today. Daytime high right around 7. Cloud cover, though, increasing. By the time we get into the afternoon, we'll be mainly overcast skies. Noon hour, we start to see some wet weather approach its way into Windsor. Showers is a risk by about 3 o'clock this afternoon here in Toronto. You'll need the umbrella for that walk home from work this evening. You will also need to be careful on the roads because we will see wet road conditions for the evening commute. In behind this, high pressure builds in. Wind direction moves to the northwest. We kick up some lake effect snow tomorrow morning up through the snow belt. That could push in over to Scarborough, but also risk of flurries potentially here in Toronto. But Friday will end off to be a cold one. So take the 7 degrees that we're going to get for today, take it in. Once again, a reminder about the wet weather to end the day. Tomorrow we'll start off with a daytime high of 2 in the morning, falling down to about the freezing mark. Then as we head away towards the weekend, we'll warm to 4 degrees with partly cloudy skies for your Saturday. That's a look at the next 3 days, weather-wise.
And here's what we're following. Mike Babcock, he is now out as the Leafs coach. Former Marlies bench boss Sheldon Keefe is the man in charge in Toronto. Now, Babcock's firing came yesterday after the Leafs lost their 6th in a row. Club president Brendan Shanahan and GM Kyle Dubas flying out to Arizona to deliver this news. The Buds have just 9 wins on the season. They were unable to get out of the first round of the playoffs under Babcock's watch. Now, of course, Leaf Nation, a lot of people reacting to this one, including online. Our Tammy Sutherland standing by with our friends at Sportsnet, getting reaction there as well. Good morning, Tam.
Good morning, Melanie. Yes, it is a rough morning for those who thought that Mike Babcock would continue on this season. Unfortunately, not the case as he was let go yesterday. Brendan Shanahan actually saying that he flew down to Arizona to deliver that news in person because he's the one who brought Mike Babcock on and he wanted to give him that respect at least to let him go in person. Now, this comes after that 6-game losing streak and this is mixed with, of course, high expectations for the Leafs this season with several big high-profile players, Austin Matthews, John Tavares, and of course with all of that you would think that their record would be a little bit more than what it is right now, 9-10-4 with just 23 games so far in the season. So tonight this is going to be the big test for the new bench boss. That's going to be Sheldon Keefe, the former head coach of the Marlies. This is as the Leafs take on the Coyotes down in Phoenix later tonight. So we'll see whether or not they can come out with a different aspect to this, whether or not they're going to be able to pull out a win, at least their first win in 7 games. And coming up in just about 15 minutes time, like we said, we're here at Sportsnet 590, The Fan, and we're going to be joined by Mike Zigomanis, former NHLer and one of the hosts here for the Lead Off, their radio show this morning. He's going to be joining us to chat with Devo Brown to break down just exactly what we can expect when it comes to this big news. Mike Babcock being fired and, of course, the new coach, Sheldon Keefe, taking on the job. Mel, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Tammy, thank you for that. To world news now, more testimony at the presidential impeachment inquiry from a top Trump aide saying there was an understanding Ukraine aid depended on that country investigating the Bidens.
Was there a quid pro quo? As I testified previously, with regard to the requested White House call and the White House meeting, the answer is yes.
On the stand, the U.S. ambassador to the European Union, Gordon Sondland, he claims Trump's personal lawyer, former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani, put pressure on Sondland to ensure Ukraine investigate possible 2020 Democratic rival Joe Biden. That's the main issue here. It is illegal to ask another country to interfere in a domestic election. Trump blasted Sondland outside the White House, reading from a handwritten script.
He finally gets me. I don't know him very well. I have not spoken to him much. This is not a man I know well. Tell Zelensky, President Zelensky, to do the right thing. So here's my answer. I want nothing.
Now, this is a still photo of the Trump handwritten notes, clearly in dark marker. I want nothing, no quid pro. Tell Zelensky to do the right thing. This is the final word from the president of the U.S. Of course, we'll continue to follow this story. Meanwhile, some sad images here. Australia's bushfire crisis is spreading south from the states of Queensland and New South Wales into Victoria, where a code red has now been issued. This means there is a total fire ban and a warning to people in high danger areas to be ready to evacuate. Temperatures in some areas are expected to be above 40 degrees and thick smoke blanketing the region. It's causing some serious health concerns as well. Some 200 fires are raging across the region.